It is indeed. Okay, well, Mom, I guess we're doing yoga. If only my mom comes and she's like, you don't have to do it. But Camo's here, so you guys getting some yokes.
Were you gonna quit if I didn't show up?
Maybe. But I don't want to quit. I'm glad you're here.
Good. I'm in.
Yeah, don't be like, you don't have to do it, because I do have to do it. I honestly,
I haven't been able to make it all week or whatever. I gotta get
yeah, and 45 minutes? Come on, we can do that. We got this. Okay, I'm muting you. I'm muting you, bitches. Just kidding. Okay, but I'm muting you. Love you. Muting you. Okay. So go ahead if you want. You can play your music or anything like that. I know my mom doesn't like music, but maybe Cam. I don't know. Whatever you feel. And then let's just get right to it. So let's start in a child's pose. Sit back. And as you sit back into your child's pose, if it feels good, maybe you kind of move your hips side to side. Maybe you walk your hands from one side to the other. Or if you would rather, Cam, I know you sometimes like to start in hero's pose, kneeling position. So if you want to start in a kneeling position instead, that's absolutely fine as well. So taking just a moment to kind of move around and explore. And then eventually just finding stillness. And let's take 3 big, huge breaths to drop into our practice, to drop into our bodies. So next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Hold at the top in fullness. Sip in a little bit extra. And then big sigh, let it go. Do that again. Inhale, fill up. Hold at the top. Take that extra little sip. And when you're ready, sigh it out. Last one, your biggest Friday morning inhale. And then any stress from your week, when you're ready, just big sigh out your mouth. Good. Rise up to your hands and your knees and start to drop into your Ujjayi breath as you move through your spine, hips, shoulders. So cat-cows, hip circles, wrist stretches, Cobra, up dog. So anywhere you want to go from hands and knees for your next few breaths. And really cultivate your Ujjayi now. So lips sealed in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So gently constrict the muscles in the back of your throat. And use them to regulate your breath. Slow it down, smooth it out. Hear it as it moves through. This feels so good. Give yourself about 3 to 5 more rounds. So just feeling into what's going on inside your body. I think in the morning, this is like one of the best things you can possibly do for yourself. Just notice what feels good, what feels tight. Maybe how did you sleep last night? If you slept in a weird position, you will feel it right here. All right, and then let's take it back to down dog. As you're ready, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. So now stretching into the backs of your legs a little bit more, working that length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones, and finding that connection to your center. Keep your big, spacious breaths moving and flowing. Powerful and strong. Let's take one more great big inhale. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your yoga mat, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward, fold. Once you have arrived, go straight into your halfway lift position. So back muscles hug around your spine, get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, fold, and bow. Again, like that, halfway lift. So crown of your head reaches forward, tops of thighs press back. Exhale, fold. Now come through your halfway lift, take it all the way up to stand, arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, friends, arms reach up, breathe in. Exhale, slow swan dive, slowly take it down, traction out your spine. Halfway lift position, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet, rise all the way to stand. Inhale, high mountain, stretch tall. Hands to your heart center, exhale. One more round just like that, moving meditation. Inhale, reach. Exhale, follow your breath down ever so slowly. Relax your neck, let your head be heavy at the bottom. Halfway lift as you inhale. Try not to roll onto the outer edges of your feet. That's just my personal imbalance, so maybe it's yours, maybe it's not. Exhale, fold, let it go. And then root through your feet, lead with your heart, take it all the way back up, arms reach up, inhale. Hands to your heart center as you exhale. All right, arms to the sky. This time exhale, chair, plane, or drinking bird. So bend your knees, sit back, swing your arms back. Option to float to your tiptoes. Keep your heart lifted, back muscles hug towards your spine. If you're on your tiptoes, see if you can bend your knees even more. So lowering your legs, but lift your heels higher. Keep your heart lifted. One more round of breath. Inhale, heels on the ground, high mountain, reach up, and then side body stretch. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, side body stretch, upper body to the right, hips to the left. If you want to take a different variation, always feel free. You guys are really good at modifying, you know lots of variations, so go for it. Make it work for you. Take one more round. As you inhale back through center, switch your grip, other side, up and over as you exhale. So take a moment, breathe into your right side. Most of your weight should be in your right foot. Think of a crescent moon shape, create it with your body. Soften through your face, one more great big breath, reach, lengthen. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlace. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades hug your spine. If you can, start to reach your hands back. Try not to lock out your elbows. Option for a little baby back bend. Lift your heart, gaze up. One more in-breath. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips. Take it all the way down. Forward fold, fingers interlace. See if you can keep your fingers interlaced as you come into a halfway lift position. And exhale, keep your fingers interlaced, fold. Take about 2 more rounds of breath. Relax your neck, head heavy. Weight slightly forward in your feet. Lift your sit bones, lift your knuckles. Soften your face, one more big inhale. Exhale, hands to low back. Gently release your clasp. Let your arms hang. Maybe give them a little shake out. Shake your head yes and no. Excuse me, guys. When you're ready, plant your hands, step back to plank position. So plank or modified plank. Inhale here, and then exhale just halfway down. So slow motion push up, inhale, high plank, press back up. One more time, exhale, halfway down. Strong arms. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Inhale, push up, and then exhale all the way to your belly as slow as you can go. Spider-Man Cobra. Bring your hands out wide, lift your fingertips, elbows face the sky, lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, you know where to go. Twist to your right, left shoulder dips down. Inhale, center, heart lifts. Tone through your low belly. Exhale, other side, twist left. Inhale, back to center and getting a little peekaboo of the sun. So nice. Exhale, one more time each side. Move at your own pace. Feeling into your shoulders, feeling into your spine. Front body, back body, side bodies, even lower body. Eventually, an inhale brings you back to center, heart lifts. Stay for as long as you want to. However you want to make your transition, downward facing dog. Take it all the way up and back. Big, spacious Ujjayi breath. All right, from your down dog, next inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And let's do it. Let's open up our hips. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and reach your knee up. Squeeze through your outer right butt cheek, flex through your right toes. Lift from your belly button. Take one more inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So curl in, hollow out. Step forward, low lunge. Rise up to crescent lunge in your own time. So front knee over front ankle, powerful through your back leg, high on the ball of your back foot. It'll tone in your lowest, deepest abdominals. Lift your heart up high, maybe even gaze up. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Just for you, Cam, lots of shoulder stuff. All right, shoulders back and down. You know you can modify if you need to. Grab opposite elbows, always an option. So shoulders back and down. If you can, start to reach your hands back. Then from here, we're gonna bend our back knee, hover it above the ground. Stay here or add a little back bend. So think of lifting your heart up, curling open. Breathe. If you wanna modify back knee, you can just set down on the ground, sit it down gently. Take one more full breath. Inhale, back to a crescent lunge, arms to the sky, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend your front knee again, bring your hands to your front thigh, lean forward, warrior three variation, back foot floats off the ground. Crown of your head reaches straight forward, your left foot presses straight back, hips square. Take one more big breath. If you want, you can add some arms. Now listen, moving into half moon pose. Hi, moves. Right hand comes down to the ground or a block, left arm to the sky. Open through your hips. Maybe left hand to your left hip, or if you want to take the bind, you're more than welcome to. So let your hips open, let your heart open, let your shoulders open. If you're falling in and out of the balance, perfect. Be there and play with it. Take 2 more rounds of breath and you're balancing half moon. Slow and steady. Good job. If you're holding your left foot, slowly re-extend your left leg. One last inhale, everyone. Now listen as you exhale, low lunge, step your left foot to the back of your mat. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot all the way out to the width of your mat and even a little bit forward. Back knee can stay lifted or back knee can come down. Mine's coming down this morning. And then slowly start to lower your upper body closer to the earth. If you want to pivot your right toes out to the right, roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. So lots of options. Find your fullest expression today. Find your edge and then soften around it, breathe into it. Take about 3 to 5 more deep breaths. Good. Give yourself one last massive breath here. If you want, you can exhale out your mouth. Lift back up to your hands. All right, so just plant your palms. Bring your back knee down if it's not already there, and start to work your right leg back so you're in a three-legged tabletop with your right leg extending back. Pivot your left foot off the side of your mat, so you're pivoting on your left knee. Come into modified side plank, right arm to the sky. Right foot can come to the ground if you'd like, or keep your right foot lifted. Take your right arm forward, lengthen your right side, so really lengthening and reaching long. Stay here, or bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Kick foot into hand, land back into foot. See if you can turn your heart to look up towards the sky. Take about 2 more big, spacious breaths. Nice work. End of your second exhale. Slowly come back to tabletop position, hands and knees. Okie doke. From hands and knees, left leg straight out to the left with your toes facing forward. So your heel comes directly out from your hip. Right arm out to the right. And then if you can, reach your right arm all the way up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath. Reach through as far as possible, then come down to rest. You can explore with your left arm. See if you can feel your breath in your back body. So upper back, mid back, low back. Exhale, find that navel to spine connection every time. Take about 3 more. If you happen to have your left hand lifted, bring your left hand back to the ground. Next time you breathe in, unthread your right arm. Reach it all the way up as high as you can. Open up. And then right hand comes down. Pick up your left foot, swing it over off the right side of your yoga mat. Tiptoes to the ground. Pull your hips over to the left. And then gaze back over your right shoulder. Maybe bend one or both elbows. Maybe try rounding your spine a little. Or even arching a little. One more breath. Back to tabletop, hands and knees. Back to downward facing dog. Walk it out in your down dog. If you want to move through a vinyasa real quick on your own, go for it. All right, inhale, take your left leg to the sky. Open your left hip, so bend your knee, reach your left knee out, reach your left knee up, squeeze through your outer left glute, flex through your left toes. So just like when we are in half moon, we want our hips to open, same thing here. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose, so scoop out your belly, round your spine, step forward, low lunge. Rise up to crescent. So slowly rise and settle. Powerful through your back foot and your back leg. Hug in with your inner thighs. Tone your low belly. Lift your heart. Make sure you're not leaning forward or back, so your weight feels nice and centered. If anything, your heart's just opening. Feels like you're leaning back just a little bit. But you're connected to your center, so feel navel to spine. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Grab opposite elbows if you're modifying. If you're interlacing, switch your fingers to one finger over, so it's your non-habitual way of clasping. Shoulders back and down. If you can, start to reach your hands back just a little bit. And then bend your back knee to a hover. To modify, back knee can come down at any time. Once your back knee is hovering, imagine you're trying to drag your back thigh forward, gaze up, lift your heart. Imagine you're trying to reach your knuckles towards the ground, heart towards the sky. Soften your face. One more great big breath. Let your legs shake and tremble. Inhale back to crescent lunge. Reach up. Straighten both of your legs. Squeeze through your front thigh. Exhale, bend your front knee, hands to your front thigh. Lean forward. When you're ready, launch off your back foot, warrior 3 variation. So feel navel to spine connection. Lengthen through your neck, gaze down. Back leg strong and powerful. One more round of breath, add some arms if you want. And then stay balanced, half moon. So left hand to the ground or a block, open it up. Right arm to the sky, right arm to your right hip. Or if you want to take the bind, bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold. So working, exploring, playing with your pose. Give it about 2 or 3 more big deep breaths. If you're falling in and out, perfect. That's why we're here, we're practicing. If you're holding onto your right foot, slowly release and re-extend. One more inhale. Now exhale, low lunge. So step your right foot down at the back of your mat, bring your hands to the ground. Hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out wide, maybe even a little bit forward. Back knee stays lifted or back knee can come down, it's up to you. And then start to lower your heart closer to the ground. Spin your left toes out to the left or pivot to the outer edge of your left foot. Or I guess I should say roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Just keep your ankle in line. Keep it strong. Big breaths. Take about 3 more. Open mouth exhales at any time. All right, end of your next exhalation. Lift back up to your hands, plant your palms. Back knee comes down if it's not there already. Start to work your left leg back until you're in a 3-legged tabletop. So left leg all the way back. Maybe you give it a nice little shake out. And then pivot on your right knee so right foot comes out like a little kickstand. Left arm to the sky, open it up. If you want to set your left foot down, you can. Left arm forward. This actually feels nice to set my foot down for a second, so I'm going with it. So reach and lengthen through your left side. Stay here. Or if you want to go into the bind, that half bow variation, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Rather than kicking your foot up, kick your foot back, turn your heart to look up. 2 more rounds of breath. Soften your face. Keep a little micro bend in your right elbow. End of your next exhale, come back slowly, hands and knees, tabletop. Whew. Okay, right leg out to the right, toes face directly forward. Heel comes straight out from your hip. Left arm out to the left, and then if you can, reach it all the way up as high as you can. Maybe you're reaching up with your elbow, like Cam. It's the best. All right, and then thread it through. So reach, reach, reach. Come down to rest outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. Anywhere you want to take it. Big, spacious back body breaths. Couple more. all the way to empty with your exhales. If you do have your right hand lifted, bring your right hand back to the earth. With your next inhalation, unthread your left arm, reach it up as high as you can, open up, and then left hand down. Pick up your right foot, swing your right tiptoes all the way off the left side of your mat, and then pull your hips over to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. You can see I'm kind of bending my left elbow, almost coming down to my left forearm. So feel into it, find your sweet spot. One more big breath. Back to tabletop. Back to downward facing dog. Stretch it out, lengthen it out. All right, let's take one more inhale into our down dog. And then exhale, just set your knees down. We're gonna come into a seat. We're gonna do some seated postures today. I hardly ever do very many seated postures. Let's do some seated postures. Okay, so legs out in front of you to start. Let's bring sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. And then square your hips forward towards your extended leg. Okay, right fingertips behind you. So kind of turn to your right. So I'm exaggerating the squaring of our hips. So turn to your right, flex your right toes up, bring your right fingertips back behind you, reach your left arm to the sky. Press your foot into your leg, leg into your foot, lift your heart, take one more big inhale, reach. Now as you exhale, heart reaches forward, so diving forward, bring your left hand to grab your right foot or as far as you are able to reach. Your right fingertips behind you are kind of propelling you forward. So push your right fingertips into the ground. Use them as leverage to work your fold. Pull your right butt cheek back. Press your left foot into your leg, leg into your foot. Every exhale, navel to spine. Dive deeper, fold further. Take about 3 more spacious breaths to work your fold. Seated postures can be really, really challenging if you just use your awareness, use your breath. You're actively working them rather than just kind of hanging out. Nothing's really happening. As is with everything in yoga and really everything in life, you can go through the motions or you can actually do it with awareness and get something out of it. Take one more round. Let's roll up and we'll feel good. So let's slowly, end of your exhale, just roll it up. Oh yeah. And then head lifts very last. Okay, now take your left hand behind you. So turning over your left shoulder, left hand comes back behind you, fingers face away from your body. Press down into your left hand, lift your hips. Take your right arm back and lengthen. So this can either be a modified side plank or open your heart, modified wild thing. Lots of length, lots of space, huge breath. One more. End of your exhale, bring it down. Keep your legs in the same position, but now let your hips open towards your bent knee. All right, side body stretch. Right toes are flexed and active. Right hand somewhere on your right leg, left arm to the sky. Inhale, get tall. Press your foot into your leg, leg into foot. As you exhale, slide your right hand down your right leg, reach your left arm up and then forward. So keep your heart looking up towards the sky, or at least have the intention of creating that. Left shoulder plugged into the socket, so bicep next to your ear rather than left arm in front of your face. Lengthen your left side body. I like to bring my right forearm to the inside of my right leg and press arm into leg, leg into arm. Use that as leverage. Take about 3 more deep breaths. it's available to you, you can grab hold of your big toe with your peace fingers. Just don't pull your left shoulder out of the socket. Don't close your heart. All right, take one last round. Next time you breathe in, rise up, left arm to the sky. We're gonna take that same pose. So left hand plants, and then lift your hips. Modified side plank or modified wild thing. One more time. Lots of space, one last breath. Good job. Bring it down. Take both legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake out. And then let's take the other side. So sole of your right foot, left inner thigh. Square your hips towards your extended leg to begin with. So always, if it's helpful, you can sit up on top of a pillow, a blanket, a bolster, anything. And then, okay, left fingertips back behind you. So turning kind of over your left shoulder, exaggerating the squaring of your hips. Right arm to the sky. Get really tall, lift your heart, inhale, and then hinge at your hips, lead with your heart, exhale, dive forward, grab hold of your left foot if you can, otherwise just wherever you can reach, and then use your left fingertips behind you to propel your upper body forward. Keep pulling your left butt cheek, your left sit bone back, keep pressing your leg into your thigh, or excuse me, your foot into your thigh back into your foot. And then each exhale, forehead toward shin, nose toward knee, navel toward spine. Left toes are flexed. Press down through the back of your left heel, press down through the back of your left thigh. Take 2 more rounds. End of your second exhale, roll up nice and easy, very slowly, 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 slowly. Yes, head comes up very last. Now turning over your right shoulder, right hand behind you. Let's open it up. So push into the ground, lift your hips, left arm extends back. Modified side plank or modified wild thing. Open your heart to look up. One last huge breath. So much space. And bring it down. All right, now now opening your hips up towards your bent knee. Left hand somewhere on your left leg. Right hand to the sky. Flex your left toes, press your foot into leg, leg into foot. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slide your left hand down your left leg, reach your right arm up, 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 and then forward. Heart stays open, right shoulder stays plugged in. Press your foot into your leg, leg into foot. Flex your left toes. Breathe into your right rib cage, your right waistline. If it was helpful for you last time, left forearm to the inside of your left leg. Use that as leverage. To open your heart even more. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. Soften through your face. Make sure you're not straining through your neck. Breathe all the way down. Use your exhales to dive deeper. Last round. Inhale, rise up, right arm to the sky, and then right hand comes down behind you. Press into your right hand again, lift up, open up, lengthen out, stretch, huge breath. One more. And end of your exhale, bring it back down. All right, both legs out in front, a little shake out. Let's take it into a seated variation of pigeon. So you choose. We'll go with right leg on top. So double pigeon, fire log, shins stacked. This is shin stacked. This is what it looks like, not like this. So people like to do this with their foot inside their calf. Try to get your outer ankle all the way up to your inner knee. So your feet should line up with your knees, just like this, stacked, not like this. Yes? Okay. Right on top of left. If this is not going to work for you, bottom leg can be extended or bottom knee can be bent. You guys know. All right, so your pose, your expression, either sitting up tall or working with a forward fold. Keep your ankles strong, keep your feet active. If you're working with a forward fold, keep pulling your right hip back as you reach your heart forward. Big, slow, steady breaths. Soften your face, relax your jaw, relax your forehead. Just notice, feel, and observe. Take a couple more rounds. Relax with your exhales. And of your next exhale, if you're folded forward, roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Whichever variation you are taking, hands behind you, lean back, uncross your legs, give them a little shake out. And then feet mat width distance apart, knees bent. Take about 2 or 3 rounds of windshield wiper side to side. And then after 2 or 3 rounds of your windshield wipers, set yourself up for your hip opener, your seated pigeon variation on the left side, or the other side. If you did left before, do right this time, obvi. So shins stacked, outer ankle, inner knee. If this is what your pose looks like when you try to stack your shins, then you're sitting up tall. If your knees level with your hips, you can work on folding forward. You can also straighten bottom leg. You can also bend bottom knee. So you guys are good, you know. Probably do what you did on the other side, but maybe you've got something really different going on this side. So if that's the case, feel into that and then adjust. Respond to that. Active through your feet. Flex your toes, strong ankles. If you're folding forward, left butt cheek, left sit bone pulls back as your heart goes further forward. Relax with each exhale. Soften and surrender with each exhale. Take about 3 more rounds of breath and see if you can make your inhales even bigger, even deeper. And then make your exhales last longer than your inhales. Most of us can breathe a lot deeper than we think we can. Good job. And then end of your next exhalation, take it all the way to empty. Slowly roll it up. Head comes up very, very last. Same thing we did before. Windshield wipers when you're ready. So lean back. Maybe shake out your legs first. And then side to side a few times. So you can either just really passively let your knees kind of fall, or you can actively press your knees to one side, flex your toes, work your upper body, your shoulders, your gaze in the other direction. So every pose, even the ones that seem super, super simple, usually they can be really kind of super simple. Or if you pay attention, there's actually a lot going on and a lot of ways we can adjust to get more out of it. All right, after you've taken a few rounds of these windshield wipers, come back to center. Keep your feet wide. Keep your left hand behind you. Reach your right hand up, grab the outer edge of your left foot. If you can't grab the outer edge of your left foot, outer calf or knee, as low as you can grab. And then you guys, think of rounding your spine like you're doing a cat pose. So your left knee goes out a little bit as your chin comes in towards your chest, your belly button pulls back towards your spine. And then you want to feel this in the right side of your back ribs. So breathe into that space, curl in. Kind of use your foot against your hand as leverage. Good, and then release. Other side, so left hand grabs the outside of your right foot. Right hand behind you. Sometimes when I teach this, people like to put their arm outside their knee. You want your elbow inside your knee. It's like you're doing a happy baby with your legs, but you're grabbing the opposite foot as you usually do. Okay, and then round your spine like a fraidy cat. Curl in, whoo, hollow out. You should feel a huge stretch in the left side of your back body. Especially if you've got a tight back, this is a good one. Breathe into it. Use your hand against your foot as leverage. Take one more round. And then release. Take it all the way down onto your back. Good job, you guys. Oh, when you get there, full body stretch, legs long. Take your arms overhead, or as close to overhead as you can get. So maybe you need to bend your elbows. And then just, we're not actively reaching right now. Just let your body relax. So just let the ground hold absolutely all of you. Feel the space in between each little vertebra in your spine and breathe into it. Good, you guys. Now, next time you inhale, actively reach. So reach with your arms, reach with your legs. Press down through the backs of your ribs. Stay here and take one more deep breath. Press through the backs of your ribs, reach, reach, reach. End of your exhale, hug your knees in, gently rock it out from side to side. Happy baby pose. Grab hold of your feet. Try to neutralize your spine rather than rounding. And then as you're ready, just let it go. Any last little poses, last little movements you want to take. Maybe some windshield wipers with your knees lying down. Maybe a supine twist. I didn't cue one, so if you want one, take it. Maybe one last inversion, one last hip opener, heart opener. And as you make your way into your final Shavasana, I shall read to you. All right, friends. This is called A Natural Healing by Jeff Foster. Our wounds, when they are ignored, denied, repressed, neglected, or pushed away, begin to fester, and they eventually poison us and those around us. Those very same wounds, physical, emotional, when given kind attention, when given permission to exist in the vast landscape of the present moment, when illuminated unconditionally by the loving light of awareness that we are, begin to heal naturally, without effort. Make no mistake, healing is not the mending of something broken, nor the making good of something bad, nor even the transmutation of darkness into light. It is much deeper than that. It is the understanding that nothing is ever broken. Nothing is darkness, and nothing is against darkness. And even our wounds are only intelligent invitations to stop and remember our deeper, original nature, ever present, undying, unborn, and already whole. Seen in the light of awareness, our wounds are not really wounds at all. They are our greatest spiritual teachers, healing us from all inherited notions of sickness and health, ignorance and awakening, sin and salvation. So for these last few moments, just lay there, letting go of any control of your breath. Just kind of basking in the light of your own awareness. Noticing whatever there is to notice. Feeling whatever there is to feel. Just being with yourself for these last few moments of our practice for your Shavasana. So I'll leave you here. You can close your own practice in a way that resonates for you when you are ready. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful Friday. Namaste.